Hello everyone, LRon here with the epilogue of my OT8 guide. So here I invite you to basically ask for me for additional help. I understand that my videos show one path that can get people the OT8 achievement, and there will be circumstances where my videos don't happen to work out because you get a different set of random bugs than I do, or you may have a different skill set than I do, so you might not be very good at the machete, and the entire second half of the run is exclusively with me using the machete unless I have problems using the machete. But I've put a lot of practice in the machete, so it's very possible that that's not going to be useful for everyone and the like. So I'm going to allow you to basically give me enough information to construct scenarios. So you're working along your run and get stuck somewhere. You've tried for several hours to get out of the situation, and for whatever reason you can't load to a previous spot, or that would waste too much hard work. It's all understandable. So basically, the idea is you'll give me everything that needs to be known for me to use console commands to emulate those exact conditions. That way I can try to play in your exact location, in your shoes, and try to come up with a way to get you out of these bad situations. So there are several things I'll need to know to be able to construct these situations. I'll need to know what zone you're in. I would prefer it if we don't use the official zone names that the game provides, because that would be ambiguous to me, because some zones are not named the way I would expect them to. So as a result, it would potentially throw me off. So it'd be better to describe the zone, like basically what's in it or what zones are connected to it. Basically just something to make it painfully clear to someone who couldn't read where you were in the universe. I'm not implying that I can't read, but you get the idea. So then, once I know what zone you're in, I'm going to need to know where in the zone you are. Because I'm guessing 99 out of 100, you're not going to have just zoned in somewhere. It's possible, it just doesn't seem likely. My guess is you've gotten to a certain point halfway through a zone and then saved, and the situation was pretty bad leading up to that save, and then the spot afterwards is just not that doable, given how that first half of the zone was handled. That's what I'm guessing would be more likely to happen. So do your best to help me figure out exactly where you are. That way I know where to start the scenario. Steam screenshots are probably a very good way to go. So then I'm going to need to know how many hit points you have. That seems like a no-brainer. Because a lot of these situations are pretty easy at full health and then difficult at 1 health. Kind of like my terrorist training camp situation. I was stuck at 3 health. So I need to know how much health we have to play with. And I need to know what weapons you have. It wouldn't be helpful if I started lobbing dynamite around and that kind of stuff if you don't happen to have any on hand. So I'll need to know which weapons you have specifically and how much ammo you have for each of those weapons. That way I can try out various different things and get creative with what I have and what you have. And then I'll need to know the same with items. Basically everything, from catnip to the map, pretty much everything. Because as I'll reveal later in this video, there is a use for doggy treats. It's actually a really useful thing, and I kept quiet about it so that I would have a backup plan if things go terribly wrong and I can't help people otherwise. So then I need to know what the situation is, like, how many mobs are in the area, what's making this next part difficult, and basically just how the general scene is looking. And then I need to know how depleted the zone is, and probably how depleted neighboring zones are as well, because I can't just go and save you by healing up on something you've already used. And then I also open the floor for special considerations. So basically, if you are not that proficient in one of the 3 major techniques that I use, then make it clear here, like basically say what technique would be preferable, like what's your best at, or if you need your catnip later on, and given how much catnip is left in the game and how many hard situations are left in the game, you know that you don't want me to use catnip in the course of this house call. So basically just fill out this form and then get it to me somehow. Probably the easiest way to do it would be to contact me from the Running with Scissors forums. I'll have my Gmail account that's linked to the YouTube forwarded to a email address I actually more frequently check, so that should work as well. Neither of these things are checked constantly, so it may not instantaneously be received, but I will send a confirmation that I received it as soon as I receive it, and then emulate the situation as best I can, and then record myself doing it, and then when I finally succeed, I will give basically a paragraph description of what I did, and then proceed to editing the video and voicing over, and then I'll add the video to YouTube in a separate playlist that is dedicated towards these house call situations. That way you'll be able to see what I did later on, so immediately you'll have the words that might be good enough, but in case you're a visual learner, the video will come later. Usually that process does take time, so that's why I give the words ahead of time, that in case that's good enough for you. So now I reveal my secret. Doggy treats provide 1 health each. So there is storable health in the game. It is through the doggy treats. I saved this fact until now to ensure that the doggy treats would not be wasted earlier in the run and would be saved for a moment where it would be in the most need.